want to talk today about an illness, we'll call it that affects about 18% of all Americans in a given year. About 40 million Americans suffer from anxiety and depression. So in this video, I'm going to cover some tips to help you overcome that and re-engage with your life so that you can function and still perform at a top level. I'm Nick Smith. For those of you that don't know me, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder in 2017. I'm a top performing finance manager. I have an industrial organizational psychology degree. I have been consulting and coaching for about 10 years. And so this is a topic that's really important to me because I suffer from anxiety. I've got to find ways to perform while working through the anxiety and often the depression. And so what I'm going to share are a couple of tools that I'll give you the book at the end of the video here as far as which book you should grab, and it's probably the best book that I've ever read on overcoming anxiety. But I want to cover, there's 4 points that I want to cover with you. Number one is to diffuse. Whenever you're feeling anxious or you're feeling a sense of depression, you're feeling really down, the first thing you want to do is really look at it and say, you know, there's anxiety again, or there's depression again. No big deal. It's something that occurs for me, and you know what? It's just part of who I am. So welcome anxiety, welcome depression. And so diffusing it just says, you know, it's no big deal. It is what it is. It just comes and it goes. Sometimes it stays a long time. So you want to diffuse it. The next thing is to accept it. Okay, I'm feeling anxious. I don't need to chase this away. A lot of people try and get rid of it, and so they won't accept it, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. I don't want to feel anxious. I don't want to feel depressed. I want this to just end. I can tell you that I've had days where it's just incredibly dark, and I have a hard time coming out of it. And the more I push against it, the harder it is to come out of it. And so what I've learned to do is just accept it. Hey, this is part of my chemical makeup. I get depressed. I get anxious. And so probably always going to feel that. And so just accepting that that's the case, surrendering, to just recognize, hey, this is something that I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. The other thing is to not run from it. You don't want to run from anxiety. And the way that we run is we get busy. We distract ourselves in ways where we just don't want to feel the feelings. Sometimes that might look like, you know, for me, I love to play video games, so I might distract video games, or I might get in conversations so that I don't have to think about it, or for some people they might binge watch Netflix. I don't know what works for you, but if they're a distraction tool, they're not helpful. But I'm not saying that those things are bad. You can do those, but you don't want to run from your emotions. The next thing that you need to do is engage. You need to get engaged in what it is you want to complete. And so you got to re-engage. Sometimes when the anxiety is really heavy, I have a hard time performing, but I have certain things that I need to get done. So as a top performing salesman with anxiety, it could be really easy to let the anxiety rule, and then I don't get anything done because I'm getting distracted, or I can't think straight. I'm not getting myself back into an emotional state where I can perform. And so as you use these steps, what you want to do is you want to diffuse the situation. Hey man, this is intense. Here's anxiety again. Here it comes again. It's okay for it to be here. I don't want to chase it away. Same with depression. I don't want to chase this away. It sucks, but it is what it is, right? I'm not going to run away from it anymore. So I'm not going to distract myself and not feel the emotions of it. So you allow yourself to just feel those emotions and the intensity of them in all their glory and grandeur. Some big words there. But you just feel it. And then you re-engage with what it is you want to accomplish. For me, it's important each day to set intentions. And those intentions help me stay directed as far as my energy goes. I know no matter what I'm feeling, that those are the things I want to accomplish. So there's a book that I want you to grab, and it's called Dare. D-A-R-E, and it's just what I described to you. It's by Barry McDonough, and the guy is amazing. He's not a therapist, he's not a doctor, but his method of overcoming anxiety, of overcoming deep and heavy emotions is awesome. Probably one of the best books that I've ever read on anxiety. And so I would recommend you grab that book. Again, it's Dare, D-A-R-E, by Barry McDonough. And it'll give you these 4 principles. And that's something you want to start practicing. Every new behavior, when you begin it, is a little bit tough. You're not going to be very good at it. But as you perform the behavior over and over, it gets easier and easier. And I can promise you that with anxiety and depression, initially you're going to feel like nothing's happening. But the more you can accept your anxiety, the more you can accept your depression, the more you can acknowledge that it's a part of who you are and your chemical makeup and maybe your genetics, and the less that you run from it, the more you'll be able to re-engage with your life. And you want to re-engage. That's probably the most critical step, is to step back into life and step back into creating. For me, that's probably been the most helpful. So as you'll see on my schedule, a lot of times I'll be posting. I'll be working a full-time job. I'm not running from things. I'm feeling all these emotions, but I'm engaged in what I want to create. And in doing that, it diffuses these energies and makes them less and less powerful. And so I hope that's helpful for you today. Something I just wanted to share with you this morning as I'm driving to work. Figured I've got some time to do this while I'm commuting. But if you have comments, comment below. Let me know what thoughts you have around this, what questions you have around this. What are you struggling with? What are you feeling right now that's so intense that you need help breaking through? I can help you with that. So comment below. Make sure you like the video and share it if you like it. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you on the next video.